Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. So we are going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6. We're on chapter 1. We have been reading the purport by Srila Prabhupada to text 15. So I'll just quickly read the translation of this text 15. Only a rare person who has adopted complete, unalloyed devotional service to Krishna can uproot the weeds of sinful actions with no possibility that they will revive. He can do this simply by discharging devotional service, just as the sun can immediately dissipate fog by its rays. So Maharaj Parikshit had been asking Sukadev Goswami how the living entities can be saved from hellish planets. Sukadev Goswami first told him the method of atonement, which Parikshit Maharaj rejected. Then Sukadev Goswami told him the process of knowledge, but still, even in that, the ignorance still remains. So now Sukadev Goswami is saying that it's only by pure devotional service that even the desire to sin goes away. No other process does that. That takes away the desire to sin. That's simply by... So he's giving the example, just as when the sun comes up, becomes bright. The clouds go away when the sun comes up. So similarly, when one engages in devotional service, all of one's sins, sinful reactions, sinful desires, everything is burnt to ashes. So we'll continue reading the purport. So how devotional service vanquishes the reactions of sinful life is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 33, Text 6, in a verse spoken during Lord Kapila Dev's instructions to his mother Devahuti. Devahuti said, Yannamadeya Shamananukirtana Yat Pravanadyat Smaranadapi Kvachit Shvadopi Sadhya Savanaya Kalpate Kuta Panaste Bhagavan Nudarshana. My dear Lord, even if a person born in a family of dog-eaters hears and repeats the chanting of your glories, offers respects to you and remembers you, he is immediately greater than a Brahmana and is therefore eligible to perform sacrifices. Therefore, what is to be said of one who has seen you directly? So this is what Devahuti is saying, that one who is hearing the glories of the Lord or chanting the glories of the Lord, offers respects to the Lord or remembers to the Lord, even if he's born in the family of dog-eaters, such a person immediately becomes greater than a Brahmana because he's a devotee. He's a devotee. So it is very powerful hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. In the Padma Puran, there is a statement that persons whose hearts are always attached to the devotional service of Lord Vishnu are immediately released from all the reactions of sinful life. So this is what Padma Puran states. Padma Puran is saying that one who is engaging in bhakti, they don't get any sinful reaction. These reactions generally exist in 4 phases. Some of them are ready to produce results immediately. Some are in the form of seeds, some are unmanifested, and some are current. So this is how, like we were speaking yesterday, the prarabdha and aprarabdha. The current sinful reactions, what we are suffering right now, that's the prarabdha. Then unmanifested, that's the aprarabdha. Some of them are bij, the seeds in the heart. And some are not yet manifest, but just about coming, just about to come. So no matter, I'm sorry. So no matter what category of sinful reactions they may be, when one engages in devotional service, all of them are gone. Just one moment, please. All such reactions are immediately nullified by devotional service. When devotional service is present in one's heart, desires to perform sinful activities have no place there. So we can see devotional service is so powerful. You know, where we spoke earlier, Sukadev Goswami was speaking about atonement, different types of atonement, austerities, penances, charities, difficult endeavors, but yet that cannot take away one's desire to sin. He gave the example, Parikshit Maharaj, like the elephant goes to bathe in the river. He's clean, but he comes out. Again, he puts dirt on himself. So one may take up very difficult processes, but yet the desire to sin does not go away. And that desire to sin goes away only by devotional service. So devotional service is so powerful. When devotional service is present in one's heart, desires to perform sinful activities have no place there. Sinful life is due to ignorance, which means forgetfulness of one's constitutional position as an eternal servant of God. But when one is fully Krishna conscious, he realizes that he is God's eternal servant. So, because devotional service, pure devotional service, the soul performs, the living entity performs pure devotional service, understanding he's eternal servant of Krishna. So he's understood his relationship with God. He's understood his position, his constitutional position. And so therefore there is no more material desire. His only desire is to please Krishna. He's revived his relationship. In this regard, Srila Jiva Goswami comments that bhakti may be divided into two divisions. Santata, devotional service that continues incessantly with faith and love, and Kada Chitki, devotional service that does not continue incessantly but is sometimes awakened. Incessantly flowing devotional service, Santata, may also be divided into two categories. So here Jiva Goswami is saying that the bhakti is of two types, where one is continuous, it never stops. It never stops. Always the devotee is engaging in devotional service with faith and love. And the other one is kada chitki, where it is sometimes. It's not continuous. So now the santata is also divided into two categories: service performed with slight attachment and spontaneous devotional service. So the incessant devotional service is two types, in which one has slight attachment and another is spontaneous. You know, like how the mother and child is just spontaneous. So intermittent devotional service, kada, chitki, may be divided into three categories. Now, Prabhupada is saying the intermittent, which is not as incessant, it can be in three: raga, bhas, mai, devotional service, in which one is almost attached; raga, bhas, shunya, swarup, bhuta, devotional service in which there is no spontaneous love, but one likes the constitutional position of serving; and abhas rupa, a slight glimpse of devotional service. So the one which is not incessantly, one which is sometimes which is there, that has three categories, where one is almost attached, and another one is there is no spontaneity, there's no that rag, but one likes the idea that I'm the servant of God. And Abhas Rupa, slight glimpse of devotional service. As for atonement, if one has caught even a slight glimpse of devotional service, all needs to undergo prayaschit atonement are superseded. Therefore, atonement is certainly unnecessary when one has achieved spontaneous love, and above that, attachment with love, which are signs of increasing advancement in Kadachitki. So atonement prayaschit actually has no place in front of devotional service. Spontaneous love, that the rag, the attachment is there, where one, out of his love for Krishna, wants to serve Krishna. There's attachment. There is, like how the mother and the child, there is attachment there. So even in the stage of Abhas Rupa Bhakti, all the reactions of sinful life are uprooted and vanquished. Abhas Rupa Bhakti, we heard that Abhas Rupa is slight glimpse of devotional service. So it's not yet pure devotional service, but slight glimpse of devotional service. And that can also take away all sinful reactions. Like how Srila Haridas Thakur says that just by inoffensive chanting, Namabhas, when one is not yet chanting the pure name, one is chanting attentively without committing any offenses. Even that chanting can bring one to liberation. Just as he gives the example that the sun is not yet completely up, but it's dawn, so not yet fully sunrise, but before sunrise, the dawn is there. So the darkness is already dissipated. The fear is already gone. Namabhas is also so strong that it gives one liberation. So similarly here, Abhas Rupa Bhakti is so powerful that all the sinful reactions are gone. Srila Jiva Goswami expresses the opinion that the word Caitaniya means that even if one has a desire to commit sinful actions, the roots of that desire vanquished merely by Abhas Rupa Bhakti. The example of Bhaskar, the sun, is most appropriate. The Abhas feature of Bhakti is compared to dawn, and the accumulation of one's sinful activities is compared to fog. Since fog does not spread throughout the sky, the sun need do no more than merely manifest its first rays, and the fog immediately disappears. Similarly, if one has even a slight relationship with devotional service, all the fog of his sinful life is immediately vanquished. So even slight beginning, Abhas of the Bhakti, Abhas Rupa Bhakti. So not yet complete pure devotional service, but it's just about to begin. Slight glimpse of devotional service can take away all our sinful reactions, even our desire to sin. This is how powerful is devotional service. Comments, questions?
So Abhas Rupa, Hare Krishna. So the Abhas Rupa you're trying to say is that even if a slight one that somebody do, right?
Yes.
If they just offer some flowers, even they offer some, so it is that they just had offered some flowers or some prasadam or some water or tulsi leaf on the lotus feet of Krishna, right? The slightest one.
Slight, yeah.
Okay.
Slight glimpse of bhakti. Slight glimpse of devotional service. It could be hearing, chanting. No.
Okay.
Anything.
Harinam
There's no love
Sankirtan, if
there.
you have heard, you have
Yeah.
just heard the Harinam Sankirtan, right?
Well,
That is
not,
that is different. Yeah.
no, not heard Harinam Sankirtan, but if
you
you're
have done
engaging
engaging in,
regularly, you're engaging
Hmm.
regularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay.
But of course, it has to be like for the pleasure of Krishna without
Yes.
desire for material
Yes.
benefit.
Yeah. Anukul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
slight glimpse of pure devotional service.
Slide. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And devotional service with offense, then what is that? Like, I mean, you're
Devotional
doing it,
service.
but sometimes, like, how, yeah, you're not aware of it, but it's
Yeah.
offense. Then which category
Yeah.
that comes?
Then we have to continue engaging in devotional service. And then we have to try to attempt to avoid the offenses. First, we'll have to understand what are the offenses. And then we'll have to attempt to avoid those offenses. Just as there are offenses to the holy name, or there are offenses in deity worship, there are offenses to other living entities. It's more details spoken about in Nectar of Devotion. And then,
But there's no term, right? It doesn't say here. It doesn't come under.
yeah, here,
any of
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Oh,
here
right.
it's not said. Yeah, it's not mentioning.
Like how in the chanting, if we are doing no offense, if we are not doing it the
Yeah.
right way. So
And
just
so what we need to do is more chanting,
more chanting.
louder chanting. That helps. Na tatha hi agavan rajan.
Na tatha hi Agvan Rajan.
Puyeta tapa adibhihi.
Puye tap adi bihi.
Yatha Krishna pita pranas.
Yatha Krishna arpita prana.
Tat purusha nishevaya.
Tat purusha nishevaya.
My dear king, if a sinful person engages in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord and thus learns how to dedicate his life unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. One cannot be purified merely by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and the other methods of atonement I have previously described. Tat Purusha refers to a preacher of Krishna consciousness, such as the spiritual master. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has said, Chadiya Vaishnav Seva Nistar Paye Che Keba. Without serving a bona fide spiritual master, an ideal Vaishnav, who can be delivered from the clutches of Maya? So similarly, Krishna also says that Tatvedi Pranipatena, that search out a bona fide spiritual master and serve him. And here Prabhupada is quoting Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur is saying, to serve the Vaishnav. Chadiya Vaishnav Seva Nistar Pai Chekeba. Without serving a bona fide spiritual master, an ideal Vaishnav, who can be delivered from the clutches of Maya? And also Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his Guru Ashtakam says, Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado, Yasya Prasadan Nagati Kutopi. By pleasing the spiritual master, one pleases Krishna. By displeasing the spiritual master, one displeases Krishna. So here Sukadev Goswami is saying the same thing. He's saying service to the bona fide spiritual master, to the pure devotee. Serve it. serving the pure devotee, and because the devotee engages us in the service of Lord Krishna. So this idea is also expressed in many other places. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.2 says, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte. If one desires liberation from the clutches of Maya, one must associate with a pure devotee, Mahatma. A Mahatma, who is a Mahatma now? A Mahatma is one who engages 24 hours daily in the loving service of the Lord. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.13, Mahatmanastu mam partha devim prakritim ashrita bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. Osana Pritha. Those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So the pure devotees, the Mahatmas, the great souls, what are they doing? 24/7, engaged in devotional service. Like how we have 24 hours convenience stores. We have open 24/7, 7 days a week. So the pure devotee, 24/7, 7 days a week, he is engaging in devotional service. Thus, the symptom of a Mahatma is that he has no engagement other than service to Krishna. One must render service to a Vaishnava in order to get freed from sinful reactions, revive one's original Krishna consciousness, and be trained in how to love Krishna. So Sukadev Goswami is saying this, to serve the Vaishnava. And we heard also in Canto 5, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte. Yeah? So service to the Vaishnavas. So one renders service to the Vaishnava, what happens? One gets free from sinful reactions, one can revive one's original Krishna consciousness, and one can be trained how to love Krishna. So this is what we get by serving Vaishnava. What do we get by serving a Vaishnava?
You get freed from sinful reactions and you revive your original Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
And yeah, be trained to love Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you. This is the result of Mahatma Seva. Of course, if one engages in the service of a pure devotee, the reactions of one's sinful life are vanquished automatically. Devotional service is necessary not to drive away an insignificant stock of sins, but to awaken our dormant love for Krishna. So, the goal of devotional service is not to just simply rid us of our sinful reactions. We heard about the hellish planets, hells. So devotional service, sure, one may engage in devotional service to be freed of sinful reactions, but that's anyway going to come. It's going to come automatically. So one should engage in devotional service to revive our love for Krishna, to be situated in our loving relationship with Krishna, chanting with a desire to revive our relationship with Krishna. Because chanting is anyway going to take away our sins. So we do not need to separately desire. When one is engaging in devotional service, one does not need to separately endeavor to take away sins. That is going to happen. But
So
to
what you're
awaken
trying to say is that it is the default process of bhakti, that anyways you are going to get it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it will happen.
Like as you said, that the liberation, like if even the liberation is from where the bhakti begins. So that is the default process, that all the sinful reactions will go away. So you don't need to desire that, right?
Yes.
You need to desire the love.
Yes, that how can
Krishna.
I love Krishna? How can I be
Mm.
situated in my relationship with Krishna?
Mm.
Get that eagerness to have
Mm.
the relationship with Krishna, the laulyam. Krishna is waiting to see that how eager are we to be in our relationship with him? How much laulyam, that eagerness is there. As fog is vanquished at the first glimpse of sunlight, one's sinful reactions are automatically vanquished as soon as one begins serving a pure devotee. No separate endeavor is required. So serve a pure devotee, serve a Vaishnav, automatically the sins goes away. The word Krishna Arpita Prana refers to a devotee who dedicates his life to serving Krishna, not to being saved from the path to hellish life. Krishna Arpita Prana. So he is this devotee, he's dedicated his life for Krishna out of love. It's not that he's dedicated his life to serve Krishna because he's afraid to go to hell. No, but because he loves Krishna, so he's serving Krishna. A devotee is Narayana Parayan or Vasudev Parayan, which means that the path of Vasudev or the devotional path is his life and soul. Narayana Para Sarvena Kutaschana Bhipyati. Bhagavatam 6:17-28. Such a devotee is not afraid of going anywhere. There is a path toward liberation in the higher planetary systems and a path toward the hellish planets. But a Narayana Para devotee is unafraid wherever he is sent. He simply wants to remember Krishna wherever he may be. Such a devotee is unconcerned with hell and heaven. He is simply attached to rendering service to Krishna. So who is a Narayana Para devotee?
One who's not scared to go to hell or heaven, who doesn't do the bhakti for getting rid of hell or not go to heaven. So he's not scared. He can go anywhere.
So what does he want?
He just wants love of Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Such a devotee, he is unconcerned with hell and heaven. He is simply attached to rendering service to Krishna. When a devotee is put into hellish conditions, he accepts them as Krishna's mercy. Tatenu kampam susamikshamanam. Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, Text 8. He does not protest. Oh, I am such a great devotee of Krishna. Why have I been put in such a misery? So the Narayana Para devotee doesn't say, hey Krishna, what's happening? I'm serving you so much, I'm doing so much for you, and yet you're putting me in such a miserable condition. He doesn't say that. Instead, he thinks this is Krishna's mercy. Such an attitude is possible for a devotee who engages in the service of Krishna's representative. This is the secret of success. So here Prabhupada is saying, Sukadev Goswami is saying, how one can become Narayana Para. How can one come to this consciousness of Tattenu Kampam Susamakshamana? How? By serving the Vaishnava, serving a bona fide spiritual master, Krishna's representative. Prabhupada is saying this is the secret of success. Questions, comments?
Just quite deep. Like every word is so nectarian, like how we say, कि भक्ति आते ही सब कुछ बदल जाता है. This is right. Like these two have been so deep shlokas. We know, but still we don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
So these two are really, really deep wherever it's bhakti involves.
Yeah. So here Sukadev Goswami is saying, he's giving us a hint here. Prabhupada is giving a hint that engage in the service of the representative of Krishna, Krishna's representative. Sadrichino hi ayam loke.
Sadadhichi nahi ayam loke.
Pantha shemo kuto bhaya.
Pantha shema akuta bhaya.
Shushila sadhavo yatra.
Sushila sadhavo yatra.
Narayana parayana.
Narayana parayana.
The path followed by pure devotees who are well behaved and fully endowed with the best qualifications is certainly the most auspicious path in this material world. It is free from fear and it is authorized by the Shastras. One should not think that the person who takes to bhakti is one who cannot perform the ritualistic ceremonies recommended in the Karmakand section of the Vedas, or is not sufficiently educated to speculate on spiritual subjects. Mayavadis generally allege that the bhakti path is for women and illiterates. This is a groundless accusation. The bhakti path is followed by the most learned scholars, such as the Goswamis, Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and Ramanujacharya. These are the actual followers of the bhakti path. So one may think that, oh, bhakti is for the less intelligent. I'm going to engage in rituals, or I'm going to engage in speculation. No, we can see the great devotees here. Prabhupada is giving the example. Ramanujacharya, great Acharya in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, great personality. He is engaged in bhakti. Six Goswamis of Vrindavan, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, great personalities engaging in bhakti. Regardless of whether or not one is educated or aristocratic, one must follow in their footsteps. Mahajano yena gata sapantha. One must follow the path of the Mahajanas. So it doesn't matter how much education one has or how much education one does not have. What is needed is to follow the footsteps of the Acharyas, not imitate them. We cannot imitate the Acharyas, but to follow their instructions, to follow their teachings. The Mahajans are those who have taken to the path of devotional service, Shushila Sadhavo Yatra Narayana Parayana. For these great personalities are the perfect persons. So as the Mahajans are engaging in pure devotional service, if one follows in their footsteps, if one follows their instructions, one will also automatically engage in pure devotional service. As the Mahajans are already liberated, so by following the Mahajans, one will get liberated. You know? So follow, who are we following now? With social media, who are we following? You know, we have so many different personalities that we follow, but actually who should we follow? We need to follow the Mahajans, the pure devotees. So why? Because they are the perfect persons. They can lead us out of this material world. They can give us love of Krishna. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18-12, Yasyaste Bhaktir Bhagavati Akanchanas Sarver Gunes Tatra Samasate Sura. One who has unflinching devotion to the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the demigods. The less intelligent, however, misunderstand the path, the bhakti path, and therefore allege that it is for one who cannot execute ritualistic ceremonies or speculate. So one may try to say, oh, you know, you're doing bhakti is because you're not qualified to do all the rituals, or because you're not qualified to engage in mental speculation. No. In fact, bhakti is what is recommended in all the scriptures. Krishna himself is saying the best yogi is the bhakti yogi, he says in Bhagavad Gita. As confirmed here by the word sadri china, bhakti is the path that is appropriate, not the paths of karma kand and gyan kand. Mayavadis may be Shushila Sadhava, well-behaved saintly persons. But there is nevertheless some doubt about whether they are actually making progress or they have not accepted the path of bhakti. On the other hand, those who follow the path of the acharyas are Shushila and Sadhava. But furthermore, their path is akuto bhaya, which means free from fear. So here Sukadev Goswami is saying, we really want to become fearless. Follow the acharyas. Follow the footsteps of the acharyas. Follow the instructions of the acharyas. The pure devotees, the mahajans. One should fearlessly follow the 12 mahajans and the line of disciplic succession, and thus be liberated from the clutches of Maya. So, does anyone remember the 12 mahajans?
Brahmaji,
Lord
four
Shiva,
Kumaras, Shivji, Kapila Dev,
Yamraj,
Janak Maharaj,
Mm.
four Kumaras, or Narad Muni,
Mm-hmm.
and Prahlad Maharaj,
and even Yamraj, right?
Bali Maharaj.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yamraj. Yeah.
Prahlad.
Maharaj, Bali Maharaj,
Mm.
and Kapila Dev, Vyasadev.
No, not Vyasadev doesn't
Not
come
Vyasa.
yet.
Okay. Then who is one more? There is
Bhishma.
it the Bhishma Dev? Yeah.
Mm.
Is it 12? No, not yet. One more.
4, 5,
I think
6,
one
7,
more.
8, 9, 10.
Is it
Sukadev Goswami comes there, right?
yeah, not Vyasdev, yeah, Sukadev Goswami. Yes. Yeah. Sukadev Goswami.
So yeah, and then we also have our own current Mahajans, the 6 Goswamis of
Manu's,
Vrindavan.
and Manu Maharaj comes in. Manu Maharaj.
That's right. Yes.
Manu.
Manu.
Yeah, Manu.
Yes, Manu.
Manu. Yes.
Yeah, Manu also. Yeah. Thank you.
And the Goswamis
So,
also, right? They come?
6 Goswamis, yes. So these are the 12 Mahajans mentioned in Bhagavatam. But we also have our more contemporary Mahajans. We have the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, the great Acharyas, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. These are great Mahajans. Following in the instructions, by serving them, we can also revive our love for Krishna.
And the fearless path that they mention is the Abhay, that you get the Abhay done, right? That's what it means, right? That you're not scared anymore. The Abhay comes if you do devotion.
Yes. Without fear. It's fearless. So Sukadev Goswami is saying, follow the path followed by the pure devotees. The pure devotees are well behaved, they have best qualifications, and it is authorized by the Shastras to follow the pure devotees. It's not like somebody's mental speculation or something. No, it is authorized process to follow the Mahajans. And it makes us fearless.
Yeah, we saw even Dhruv Maharaj, he followed Narad Muni and how he was not scared anymore.
Yeah, true. It's true.
And even Yudhishthir Maharaj, like he was also, they were not scared actually. They were happy that Rakho bhi maro bhi jo ichha tumhar. They were just dependent on Krishna,
Yes.
nothing else.
Yeah. It's true. So following the pure devotees. Let's stop here for today.
Reading
Yes.
these shlokas have again sparkled the love of reading, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, that I should read it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, because
Right?
these are dealing with bhakti, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is like really deep, pure devotional service. So again,
Yeah.
that thing is there that, oh, we should read some, like,
Nectar
I
of
should start
devotion.
reading, the nectar of devotion. Yes. So
Yeah,
should read a
true.
little again, start
True.
reading. No, but thank you
Mm.
for whenever we think that, oh, what we are doing, then again things comes up, the light comes up again. Oh, you read this now, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So thank you.
Thank you everyone for listening and enjoying in Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur
Jai.
Bhakta ki jai.